I'm right there with you. I'm hanging on by a thread as well, but we're hanging on. We're still alive. We're still thinking. We're still feeling. We're still here. We're still bearing witness. We're still gearing up for what's going to be the battle of our lifetimes. We have to accept that things aren't going back to normal, that what's going on now has changed things forever. And contemplate for a moment, what revolution really is. Because revolution is actually an act of love. Our dominator culture, our oppressive culture has taught us that revolutionaries are violent. And that may be true, but they are only a reflection of the violence inflicted on the oppressed peoples all over the world for all of time. That what we're experiencing now has something that has been going on for all of humanity. And that revolution is actually an act of love. It's an act of love for our fellow human beings. It's saying enough of this oppressive bullshit. It's saying human rights for everyone. As I look at the depravity described in these audios by Sasha Riley, I'm confronted with the reality of and see this direct line between all of the images we've been living with coming out of Gaza for the last 2 years, right? And that a culture that will accept what we've done in the name of imperialism, in the name of whatever the fuck it's been done in, to all of those children, all of those innocent people in Gaza. Of course, we have this type of depravity happening on the individual level. So goes the collective, so goes the individual. And so what we have to understand now is that our life is filled with meaning. For a very long time, American life has had meaning extracted from itself. That capitalism has taught us that the goal of life is to compete, consume, and repeat. Compete, consume, right? Look at your neighbor with envy. Look at that car driving down the street and say, boy, would I be happy if I could have a Mercedes. When I was little, my dad always had Mercedes, and the way people look at you in them. All of that is fucking bullshit. It's meaningless. All of our rituals have become routine, right? Which is disgusting. And so our lives, this may be hard to swallow, but our lives now have meaning. We can see very clearly what our tax dollars have been upholding. We can see very clearly the structures of our culture that are seeped in violence and racism and all of these ugly things that we've told ourselves it's not. And so, of course we're hanging on by threads. What's happening is destabilizing our internal conception of reality just as much as it's destabilizing the globe. And so, again, I'm going to repeat it. Wear your feelings like a badge of honor. Wear your ability to be outraged. Wear your ability to be sad. Wear your ability to feel as a prize, because it means you're a human being. You're not a fucking automaton. You're not a robot, right? We are thinking, feeling human beings. And right now what's happening imbues our life with meaning. I know that's hard to see, but it's true.